threat, as well as having the Senna from the bottom side. So I do like it with the double counter picks here from FlyQuest. Braum coming in at the last second just to block out some of some of the DPS.
All right, of course, Yuumi could have been a possibility if they wanted to play more for the poke, but it means they've got a very big front line on EG's side, and it's a very obvious team fight. Big damage out of top lane, big damage out of mid lane, big damage out of bot lane, and Svenskeren and Zeyzal are on tank duty. EG have some split push pressure, they have some global pressure, but this is back to team fight with tanks on the FlyQuest side. Not a lot of front line on that one, right? Mordekaiser is only kind of there. Thresh support, not really there either, but it's a lot of poke. It's AP Kog'Maw, Flash Ghost. PowerOfEvil should be the one empowered to carry this game. It is a man people looked at all season long for FlyQuest. At the end of the day, Fly ended up being very well-rounded with great players in all their lanes. If they step up on the right day, they can be that big carry. And the question is now, can they do it in Game 5? EG won 2 straight. FlyQuest fans are shook, but can they pull it over in Game 5?
And I always want to see AP Cog mids attacked early with some jungle pressure, because the early stages of this champion are kind of laughable, especially if you compare it to the later stages of the game with the champion.
Oh, yeah.
Starting out tier and everything for him, focusing a lot on, just clearing minion waves and at least even trying to get a single item. So with the jungle pressure, maybe you can kind of delay that, attack PowerOfEvil early on, and start there.
Yeah, going to be fun to watch if that can indeed happen. I mean, it's going to be spicy regardless. I honestly did, and a lot of people kind of counted EG out. Didn't think they were tilted or garbage, but it's like, well, FlyQuest are clearly the better team. This is going the way we expected. I'm not sure if EG have it in them, and they did. Game 4 was tight. They got the comeback. They got the really, really nice shockwave out of Goldenglue to set it up. That kill on Turtle snowballed the game. They killed the Nexus. Game 4 was just as tight, back and forth. The fact that they defended a Baron-buffed Dragon fight and came away with the team fight victory for Seoul, that was impressive. That was good stuff. The fact that they also trusted Goldenglue, saying, look, this comp does not work if Grayson doesn't pop off on the LeBlanc. We're going to rely on Shenelting in, and the ult's going to come through from Grayson Senna to set you up, and it worked out for them. They put the pressure on him, and he delivered. Now he is on Azir. He is one of 3 very important damage sources on the team. We get Sejuani back in now for Svenskeren to the front line. EG have switched the style around, and I want to see if they can do it.
And honestly, I think there's a lot of pressure on Huni, because even his greatest critics are like, okay, you're a really good Gangplank.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
You hard carry some Gangplank games in your day. So him getting that in Game 5, it is a dream scenario, for EG, but it also puts the extra pressure on him, like, okay, show it now again. You just had a great Shen game, being utility for the team, a lot of good plays, setting up for his teammates, taunting, baiting people in. He seems to be performing well now this deep into the series, but they are going to have to rely on that. But from FlyQuest side, in best of 5s like this, where you start to get, the reverse sweep taking place, all the momentum from your early wins, from those tons of people tweeting out, yeah, go next, FlyQuest, higher seed, they're stomping them, obviously it's over, GG. That starts to turn around. When you have lost back-to-back games and you're now facing the reverse sweep, there's so much pressure, so much tension now for the side of FlyQuest to pull it out as the 3rd seed, as the favored team coming into this.
Alrighty, well, right now it is a line of scrimmage. No longer any cheeky 1v1s, cheeky level 1s, early shenanigans. It is, are there invades? No, there are not. Defensive ward, recall. I mean, even the jungle wards are in the same spot. It's in front of the red buff, in front of the chicken camp. They're not taking my buffs away. We're good to go. Sit down and try brush. Make sure you're not getting invaded. Okay, cool. Back to the start we go. Svenskeren going to be a blue buff start. Same for Santorin. Looks like there will be some leashing in both cases here. Santorin going to be a quarter second late, but he can blast plan over. Shouldn't actually be very hurtful there. A few autos from Bang. Not very much mana spent, not very many autos. Wants to make sure they can fight for the wave from the very beginning. Do not want to give away the early pressure. Similar here for Solo, but he's actually going to let Huni get a little bit of time down there.
All right, let's see. If he's going to start on top side here for Santorin, possibly looking... you mentioned the double snares in bottom side for IgNar and WildTurtle. It's a super defensive lane that Bang and Zeyzal were able to draft, though. Ezreal Braum is one of the most difficult to try and make plays on, so it would have to be them getting super aggressive for some reason and kind of exposing themselves. Other than that, probably should just be the power clear here. Graves so good at power clearing, and should be able to get the early CS advantage over Sejuani, at which point you get to start going for those invades. And with Phase Rush rising to prominence and getting so many buffs, makes it even easier for Graves to work around Sejuani.
Nice little play earlier on. You saw IgNar walk in and tank a Braum Q to deny a CS, so at least that's a bit of gold denied from Bang. Auto comes in, Q's going to land, Soul grab. Turtle should feel comfortable, but did get poked back, so not, you know, completely one-sided onto that one as they knock down the minions. They grab the cannon, no big deal here. Perfect CS so far for the Senna, as Solo is getting attacked early by Huni, as you tend to with Gangplank, burning through the mana pool pretty aggressively, landing the Qs as much as possible. Solo, of course, just now relying on the door and shield for the regen, but reasonable enough. Nice barrel combo, keeps it going. Huni feeling comfortable up in this lane. Solo doing his very best, but obviously will be down CS here. Huni can biscuit for more mana as needed. More Qs coming in. That was important to get through that sidestep, because that would have been a lot of turret damage if he had pulled aggro there.
Yeah, I mean, people oftentimes focus so much on GP's extra gold generation and the scaling for the champion, but Trial by Fire, the passive is so good for him to try and trade on a lot of melee champions super early on. And as you're saying, you just get your Corrupting Potion, you chug through all the charges, through your biscuits, and try and just continue to spam that out with your Grasp, also making you tankier. I should also mention with this matchup, because every time we see it, we always have people going, what the heck, Gangplank could just orange out of Mordekaiser ult? Yes, that is a possibility. Very favorable interaction.
Yeah, that's going to be something for Huni to watch for. That's one of the things that Mordekaiser is so good at, is saying, no, you're 1v1ing me, your top laner's not doing his team fight power, right? You're not getting the Hecarim ult off, you're not getting the Shen ultis off, and now, meanwhile, Santorin wants to be topside as well, despite Solo being low. The fact that he's playing so aggressively there, yeah. Okay, Santorin's on the way, let's get out, no big deal. Barrel gets a little bit of vision, and he's going to be out for this one. Huni's like, yep, thumbs up, really not a problem, buddy, don't worry about it. I like that word by Solo, by the way. Top junglers can easily slink into that brush if you've pushed it into the turret. That's an easy spot for Svenskeren to be. Says, hey, are you there? You are not? Okay, good. I can fight this lane normally.
Yeah, it's these little intelligent decisions that we've seen him make, you know, concerning lane positioning, checking stuff. Like last time we saw him, you know, with the kind of bait where he just walks over looking like he's attempting to ward to try and set up the gank for his teammates. And they're reading the movement of his opponent as super aggressive from Solo with low health. No reason for him to go for a chase down if Graves is not there. Even without vision, does see it.
Oh, wow. Big play from IgNar. Waits out the flash to go for this play. Goldenglue is just gone. Huge play by IgNar, and PoE is up in gold.
Yeah, IgNar likes to roam around a lot, and he gets the huge play for Kog'Maw. This was going to be one of the areas to actually attack for EG. Early game Kog'Maw. But my goodness, IgNar coming to set him up. Ooh, he even gives over the last hit. What a beautiful support play.
Absolutely massive stuff. So watch that one again. Great hook over the wall.
Gotcha. He's there with the Lantern too. As you said, on point with the flay. Nowhere for Goldenglue to go. Ignite burning him down as well. Now Svenskeren does head up to try and play with Huni. Again, we mentioned, you know, Huni or Gangplank Sejuani able to stack up the stuns really quickly. Without level 6, they don't have the extra stun. So they are going to call it off, since Huni, obviously here with no more charges in the Corrupting Potion, completely dry of mana.
That is, of course, an early farm lead and pretty comfortable to go for a Sheen or something else. Level 6 should have easily at least 1,000 gold. So probably boots on top if he doesn't have the rune to make those free. We'll see what else he picks up for himself as the Ruby Crystal comes through. So Huni going as fast as he can towards Triforce, a bit of health to make sure he stays safe. Solo going to match the recall. Huni feels comfortable to walk to lane. Solo with an arm guard going to burn his TP for this one. So there's going to be teleport advantage and global advantage for Huni, not to mention the gold he's got, plus 10. The junglers equal in farm right here. Early Sejuani, early Graves, matching in camps. That's got to feel good for Svenskeren, as they both got their upgraded smites. Very early lane was going to Turtle and IgNar with the Senna steal. Bang has answered it this time around. Neither one has burned their teleport to get back, or a little bit has TP. Bang hasn't TP'd yet, though. He's going to keep farming as much as he can, as Turtle has gotten his first recall off with the pickaxe.
And we're at the 7-minute mark here, so you're prepping already for that recall timing, for the supports to start to roam out. You get that full minute lead time on Herald arrival, and they're holding the minion wave right in front of the tower here. This will probably be the teleport from from Bang being used as Zeyzal sticking around. Hold down the fort while you go get up your tier, your cull. See if he gets to start stacking. There it is.
Yep, bit of damage now back and forth. It's a pretty nice recall. Yeah, I mean, it's what he's got money for, right? It's tier pickaxe is the most power you can get right now. I'm actually pretty appreciative of that one. I like that build overall. And Bang's going to feel pretty comfortable now playing the lane. Plus 7 CS for Turtle as the TP finally does come in. Bit more of a wave to farm. But hey, the extra mana obviously going to feel nice. Bang can play this lane pretty carefree and spam Q and get the mana stacked up as fast as possible. So far, still a fairly close game. 700 gold lead to FlyQuest, most of that being the kill they got in the mid lane off a great roam from IgNar. And we'll see what the mid game can look like now. Huni kind of holding down the fort on the EG side, but worth pointing out that Solo has caught up in farm.
Yeah, and it's a little awkward because with Ezreal, obviously you always want to talk about the famed 2-item power spike that you always want to fight around. Here's the flash, though.
Flash play, Lantern in. Zeyzal's, yep, you got me. I'm done for this one. Put the shield up. Just knock me down. Turtle gets the kill credit. Bang, able to run back to safety. Nice play right there. IgNar getting his team his second kill.
Yeah, IgNar does not miss. Solo getting chased off the minion wave as well. Huni on his Gangplank. Gonna give him a butt kicking.
Yep, bit of damage right there. Ultimately can't get much more. Just makes Solo walk away, but he's still getting the Q spam. He's still getting the grasp stacking, so Huni's health is going up. He's getting some decent damage. Trying to get enough in. Nice EQ, but out of range for the auto attack, so no passive through. Huni gonna keep going for Q spam. Easy shield. Not gonna burn it that time, though.
Okay, if we see the Sejuani gank, then Solo needs to ult the Sejuani to pull the Sejuani into the 1v1 rather than Huni. As we mentioned, you know, Gangplank can just orange right out of it. And you want to turn on the jungler instead, buying time for the rest of your team to get there. And you see the trailing roam once again from IgNar. This guy's been so incredibly active. He heads up, wards down on the Rift Herald, puts a stop to you know, any ideas about that topside play for Svenskeren. Honestly, this has been just a huge support game. IgNar is on fire with this Thresh.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely massive. I mean, there's a reason IgNar is really highly regarded among supports in the LCS. He's such a huge factor for the squad. I mean, a lot of the FlyQuest guys really are just very incredible. Have been very good this split as well. Third place squad in the regular season. Finalist in the spring split. Like, very, very good stuff out of them. End of the day, though, they are still up against it here as EG have fought them back in game 3 and 4. And, well, right now, FlyQuest have the gold lead going in, you know, midway through to game 5.
Yep, and Svenskeren on a ward, so that's going to be a timeout. No, his sweeper was not ready during that time, only just came off cooldown here. They've got full defensive control wards already available. But again, the reason I was saying it was kind of an awkward game is because they're, you know, they're both waiting on these different power spikes where Ezreal's like, okay, yeah, we don't want first thing action down here until I get my, you know, double item power spikes, but AP Kog'Maw obviously is the big early game anchor for FlyQuest that they're trying to work through, and it's been them trying to make plays on the other 2 lanes. So that's why IgNar's so active. Here we go. Huni gets chased out.
Yeah, taking a lot of damage. Santorin going to flash in for the autos. He needs a couple more to kill him. He's got a barrel, but it's not going to be enough. Santorin solo kills Huni, and just for good measure, Turtle ults in to say, hey, here's a shield. Doesn't matter? Okay, no big deal.
Yeah, wards over the wall so he can get the last auto down. Santorin defending his Rift Herald there. Chases off the Pirate. That is so big. Goldenglue whiff.
Flash just in time, but that means a lot of damage on the mid laner. Goldenglue flashes away. Still getting shot, though, by the Kog'Maw, and now more plays the front side. IgNar's got to be careful. Got to be stunned up. Looks for stun number 2. And stun number 3. There's just no way out. A bit of poke towards Svenskeren. Pee-wee's mana running a little bit low. Finally jukes away from the ultimate, and this will be EG walking away safely. Finally a kill on the board.
Yep, Goldenglue goes in, able to get the double summoners out of PowerOfEvil. IgNar, no summoners left because he flashed in for that last play on bottom side, so they do get some gold like you're saying, but man, FlyQuest already had made the bigger ones. Santorin's solo kill on Huni had bigger rewards because he was then able to just take down the Rift Herald himself during that time. Now he's going to be able to cash in on the extra turret play money.
Pretty nice right there. Armor stack for Solo as expected as mid lane is pushed in. Mid lane pretty close in farm, all things considered, even with the first kill that came through off of the IgNar roam. Mist Cannon not the biggest of problems, and PoE is going to keep shoving in this lane, going for the obvious Archangel's first item into the Lost Chapter, plus into Nashor's for Goldenglue sign, so a bigger mana pool on the Azir here. And now as the wards go down, these teams are looking at next Drake spawning in 2 minutes. FlyQuest got the first one.
All right, take a look at the timings too. Solo's going to have his teleport ready for this dragon, while Huni will not. And yes, Gangplank does get to add global ultimate. It's some damage, it's some slow. But a Mordekaiser actually being there is so big. Solo can even, honestly, if FlyQuest want to, for my money, walk him down. And then you have your Mordekaiser at the dragon, there threatening to ultimate the enemy jungler, basically securing you the victory if it's a smite fight, and have him teleport back to top lane afterwards, rather than the reverse scenario.
We'll see if they pull him down. We still got a minute 10, so you wouldn't pull him down just yet, but within maybe the next wave or the one after, you'd start making that move. And then we can see the 1,500 gold lead. FlyQuest doing very well across the map, though. I really love the Cole start for Turtle, by the way. We see that very, very rarely to see Cole first item in bot lane, but he knew it was a very safe lane. There was no all-in threat from Sejuani, Ezreal, Braum. So, look, don't go Doran's Blade, then Cole, and then earn a little bit of money. It's like, no. We're greeting out. We're Cole first. We're going to power spike really early on. Like, this Serena Dirk would not be in inventory if it weren't for that start, so I like that a lot. It is a really, really good build and the right lane for it.
Okay, lane gank here from Santorin does slip in. They're not actually setting up for anything, just going to pop the Rift Herald instantly as the Dragon's still 25 seconds away and trying to generate the extra pressure.
Yeah, when they get turret plate number 2 and 3 off that one, some easy money right there. Bot lane is pushed in, which means they're going to start playing around this river. Santorin pops the sweeper. IgNar finds the hook. They're going to go in for Zeyzal. Flash backwards, puts the shield up. But Flash doesn't really do anything. It doesn't build any real space. But danger onto Svenskeren as he was nearsighted, goes back to the brush, stays alive. FlyQuest know the Drake is alive right now, but they don't quite feel powerful enough. So WildTurtle back into the bot lane to shut this one in. They're going to take the grab attempt here. Svenskeren wants it, charges, smites, gets away, and now TP is getting burned as Bang is right back onto the map. Wants to fight for this one. Santorin will easily lantern away when he wants it. And be careful, Svenskeren almost played back in the team, almost died if that was going to land, but WildTurtle certainly does. And now no jungler for EG makes it an easy fight. A jump over the wall. Bang burns his flash to stay alive, and FlyQuest get complete control of the bottom river.
Yeah, so Svenskeren looked like he was threatening to try and interrupt a lantern grab or something while he was poking around a Graves Thresh. And he's in range for auto attack damage there. Graves loves having Sejuani in range. Just red smites him, burns him down to 50%. They get the Senna ultimate over the top for the kill. And all the while, with the setup in mind that there's a teleport advantage on the side of FlyQuest for Mordekaiser. Like, that is just that is just a full win for FlyQuest.
This game is looking very FlyQuest sided right now. They've only given up a single kill all game, and hey, it was a nice move, but it cost him like 3 ults for the play. FlyQuest starting to walk with this one. It's looking a little bit like game 2, where they were just in complete control the whole time. I like their late game, by the way, because AP Cog does have threats on him, right? Sejuani, GP setup like it can be there, but I mean, PoE is scaling just fine, stacking Archangels, and Solo has clearly managed his top lane pretty well off of the first level being pretty annoying. FlyQuest looking great and ready to move on.
Yeah, and PowerOfEvil's flash is almost back up from the time that Goldenglue blew it. So the threatening Sejuani ultimate gank into Azir shuffle is about to time out here, because PoE is going to have his double mobility summoner spells by the time Sejuani even has ultimate back and available.
Well, Huni has Triforce, though. That is a power spike worth mentioning, but he doesn't get to do a lot with it as the Drake is already gone and it was already claimed. FlyQuest got that one. We got to wait 3 minutes for the next fight over that kind of objective. Herald will be on before then, so maybe that's a play. Turtle going for lethality build in a game where he's less likely to get value out of it. We are going to see Triforce out of Bang, but you've got tanks, right? Zeyzal and Sven are going to have armor in their builds before too terribly long. But we'll see. Obviously, there's not a lot of physical damage in the squad, so Santorin and Turtle is going to combine for a lethality build. Santorin, by the way, not going Cleaver first, at least not maybe second or so, but not really shredding the front line just yet. So if they do build armor, that is going to be effective against the AD damage of FlyQuest.
All right, just going to pass through mid as well. Goldenglue doesn't make any offensive move there, so no possibility of the counter gank. 3 minutes still on the Dragon. No timer extra pressure or anything. Honestly, it's gonna be in FlyQuest's hands still. And they've gotten to the point where PowerOfEvil finally feels like he can stand on his own. He's stacking up very quickly towards the Seraph's Embrace, has the extra stacking damage. We'll be able to get Leandries after that. I actually kind of like Leandries with Kog'Maw because you can burn people down with poke, and then once people get below 40%, you get the double damage out of your ultimate. It increases in damage the lower that people get with those bases, so you kind of have a little synergy with the percentage health burn, getting them lower into that point.
He's going to go for it. Plays a bit late, though. Bang a safe stopwatch burn. Stun comes across. Big Senna hits actually 4 champions. Big damage there, but IgNar is running out of health. He went in for that one, but now the autos for Kog could be enough. Svenskeren jukes away the ultimate, keeps dodging it, but there's nowhere else to go. PoE aims behind him. Keep walking forward. My team is coming, and they get the trade kill. Jungle down on one side, support on the other. Svenskeren, 0-2-2.
This was just an appetizer, Freak. There's no objective here. There's the dragons I hear. That one was a preview for the setup to see what extra summoners we can burn. IgNar does take it in, and they try and take that fight, but I think it's really difficult to escape from one of these fights when the enemy team does have an AP Kog'Maw. So IgNar goes in on the hook, uses the stopwatch early. Nice 4-person ultimate, as he said, from Turtle from the bottom side. And even though he's not there, and even though the Gangplank ultimate is providing the zoning, Svenskeren can't walk backwards because PoE keeps shooting the artillery behind him, cutting off his escape route. And that just buys time for Graves to close the distance, for Senna to come up and finish the kill.
Alrighty, so it is going to be the standard rapid fire cannon third out of WildTurtle most likely as we keep fighting over the waves back and forth. Armor stack into Leandries, very common for Mordekaiser into these physical damage matchups. And Huni just doing his best to farm. Hexdrinker second, though, is building some magic damage resists. He knows he's against Mordekaiser. He knows the AP Cog is in this game, so takes a quick sidestep. Essence Reaver second is, you know, the most common offensive build. Just the raw CDR and damage, but saying, okay, Hexdrinker, be a little bit tankier here on this one. Make sure my 1v1's going to be okay in case solo does go for me. You want to be able to win it.
Ooh, and PowerOfEvil approaching the big 2-item Kog'Maw Dream Zone. Seraphs and the Leandries very close to being completed. Won't be quite ready for this dragon fight, but they will have it for the consecutive one. This is number 3, though. EG already really starting to sweat as far as giving up so many objectives to FlyQuest. And Ezreal, oh, he just got his transformation. Muramana is done, and he's got at least the Sheen, so Bang will be packing a punch. It's going to be a lot up to him.
Here we go. 2,000 gold difference, though some of that lies to you slightly. The GP and the Mordekaiser have teleport, they have ults, they have the ability to affect the map. We'll see how this one goes. Big damage on a turtle, gets him lantern back out. IgNar keeps him safe, but now you can see damage coming to Santorin as well, pushing Goldenglue back. Healing coming back from the squad. They push in mid. FlyQuest can easily go mid out if they want to, but instead they're going to play around this Drake. They put the sweeper down, they put the vision in. Herald summoned into the mid lane. That's going to probably crack that turret, and here comes the TP. They want the squad to join. A big GP ult buys some space, so a lot of damage. Good chunks on the front side. Flash in for the play. Nice smite steal comes through for Santorin, but is it going to be enough on the backside? Ulti burned by Solo. Svenskeren over the wall. Now here comes the second half of the fight. As Solo wants in, gets the pullback, goes for the big play. Kog'Maw over the top as well. Santorin is low on the backside. He's got to be careful as the turret does drop in the mid lane. How about the re-engage, though? Goldenglue wants out. Svenskeren's going to kite back as well. And at the end of the day, there's no kills picked up, but Santorin got the smite steal. They got Drake number 3.
Freak, my rule number 1, never try and smite fight versus a team with Mordekaiser. Solo teleports down, he gets in there, Mordekaiser ults on Svenskeren, and you get the dragon. That's one of the things we mentioned at the very beginning. FlyQuest on number 3 now, setting up for Infernal Soul for themselves. This is game 5, Freak, where everything is on the line, and FlyQuest are indeed digging deep.
They are getting a lot of control over this game. Muramana finally done for WildTurtle. End of the day, though, it's still the gold lead. No kills changed hands. The Rift Herald shoved in a mid. They got the global gold for that turret falling. And now look at what they got going on. Solo and Goldenglue in a battle. Ulti backwards as I don't know if Goldenglue thought he could win the 1v1. He could have ulted him into the wall, but no. Now Solo still going to take a lot of damage, and Goldenglue does finish the solo kill. An armor stack on Mordekaiser makes that fight easy for Goldenglue there on the Azir, and the beginning of maybe something back on the board. But EG are facing down Soul Point as well as Match Point right now.
Yeah, it is a nice kill here for Goldenglue, you know, chasing that one down, getting the opening to take down the tower. They really need gold wherever they can get it. Only 3.5 minutes on the Dragon Timer seems like it's just flying by for them. So him being able to get solo kill gold on Mordekaiser, plus getting the tower gold for himself, is is at least something for themselves. They need to be able to set up for the dragon fight as well, though. They have to be there beforehand to have full effectiveness of these Gangplank barrels. You love to see barrel chains started in these brush over by dragon with control wards, you know, so that Huni can really get those triple barrel explosions and try and make something magical happen onto the back line. If you can get a surprise barrel popping on that Kog'Maw, that is huge. That's not only does it deal a big chunk of damage, slows him down, you get your Gangplank ultimate over the top where they're going for a chase.
Big stun on IgNar, no good way out for the Thresh. Mikhail's not going to matter, the Swifty's not going to do anything either. Santorin forced to jump away as Iceborne actually does come through for Bang, by the way. Just sat on the dagger and it's like, actually no, we want the slow, we want the power spike, and now towards Turtle. That is redemption to see where he is, and here comes the rest of the squad. He's going to be spited for move speed. There's the rest of the damage. He will ult and it will not matter. Evil Genius is fighting back.
They've awoken Freak, EG on the warpath, but PowerOfEvil chasing him down. One more Kog ult would kill.
Bang wants in, can't quite find him, but Santorin shuffled back, ult's gonna land. Not gonna do enough to kill. PoE just dueling the opposing AD carry and gonna stay alive on both sides here. EG get 2 kills, they recall, and the gold is back to tied. The problem is the next Drake that goes to FlyQuest is Infernal Soul.
And again, Mordekaiser ult on the opponent jungler. They cannot smite the objective, so you have to be so careful in going for those fights, in burning the objective down. Also in this last fight, the most critical flash here, PowerOfEvil for Kog'Maw did blow it. He is a viable target if Huni can set up those chains, or if, you know, Svenskeren finds a flank. This game hanging in the balance despite FlyQuest holding the big advantage of 3 Drakes trying to force on EG.
All right, well, that scuttle was taken, but it will despawn before the Drake spawns, so it won't be guaranteed vision for either team in this one. It'll just kind of sit there in the fog of war for a while until it spawns after the Drake dies. Blue buff handed a Goldenglue at a pretty good time. He's going to go for the reset and probably finish Death Cap, which will be a huge power spike for him. You mentioned the PoE spike. He didn't have Leandry's for the previous fight. He has it now, at least for the previous Drake attempt. And Svenskeren, right, he finished Warmogs. He could have, I'm not saying he should have, he could have gone QSS second. He could have picked that one up, so he had the ability to go for the smite fight, to just cleanse away the Mortal, and then still go for the button and try to make that play. So can FlyQuest navigate it? Can they get him into the ulti? Can they burn it down and get Infernal Soul? That is a very big spike in power. Obviously, they would love that poke. It really synergizes with Senna, synergizes with AP Cog. It's going to feel really good for them if they can make this one happen, as Goldenglue knocks down a control ward as best he can. Takes a little bit of damage, and we'll see, 25 seconds.
It's just the most annoying game of dodgeball for EG. You basically win nothing if you dodge these Cog ults, and if you get hit by them, then you lose huge chunks of HP. Zeyzal burning down now, trying to eat up the fruit. Goldenglue chugs through, charges a Corrupting Potion. He is out of charges now. If he gets hit with another one, it will last. EG, your full focus should be on winning the team fight, not on taking that dragon. It should be 100% on winning the team fight first, objectives after.
Unless you zone out the solo somehow. So here comes the positioning, and again, poke is coming down. Blue buff on each mage, which right now heavily favors PowerOfEvil, as he can ult about 4 times. Wait 8 seconds, and then ult 4 times again, and the mana pool will never really decay in that case. Huni going for a red buff steal. They are starting up on the Drake, and if they can zone out solo, then maybe it's going to work out here. Huni gets the red buff, level 15 on him, so no rank 3 ultimate. They're moving forward. Ulti's going to be burned to zone them out. Santorin is lanterned away. Is that the space they need? They're going to try. They're going to walk in for this one. Can they make it happen? It's stolen away by Santorin yet again, and that is such a huge deal. Infernal Soul is on. Zeyzal's got to be careful. Ult's coming across. Shut down, goes through to Goldenglue. Is this all they needed? FlyQuest have the soul. They have the 2 for 0 when Huni gets found out. He is on the run to stay alive. He's got the lantern, he's got the blast, he's got away. But you have Baron on the map, and EG have to defend it 3v5.
EG had to win that team fight, and instead, not only do they lose that smite fight this time around, clean smite steal here. Santorin just jacks it from him, plus they get the team fight afterwards. 2 members down. Svenskeren does have flash and smite. Maybe he throws a Hail Mary into the back of the pit to go for the steal. They've got to wish for something.
They might have to try, but they're going to go for Huni instead. They hook in the jungler. Good damage there, but the health bar is getting low. IgNar's forced back, but so is Svenskeren. The flash doesn't matter, and the Q is going to land. So back into the pit they go. This time no smite, but the health bars are a bit low. Bang needs to put on the heroics. The smite should come through. No problem will be claimed. Baron buff is on. It's time for the easy disengage. There's an easy little bit of a slow, but it's not going to be enough yet for Huni. Jump in for Bang. Can't find the slow there either. And FlyQuest able to easily recall. They got the soul. They got the Baron. They got the 3,000 gold lead, and they're about to get the series.
FlyQuest, huge win for them here. This is going to set them up for one more series, putting them into Worlds. And this is the fight that EG had to do it in. They focus on the dragon here. They try and burn it down. Santorin flashes forward with the burst damage from end of the line, plus a Kog'Maw ult was dropping on it. They just threw everything at it. He hits it with the smite. Solo, meanwhile, had ulted the Braum on the other side, taking away the safety of the front line for EG. So not only do FlyQuest get the steal, but they just run through the rest of the team. Huni up there on the backside just gets chased out, and FlyQuest will claim all of the rewards. Here's the attempted, little poke around Baron for them. I think the only possibility of real hope there for EG would have been Svenskeren stayed in Fog of War and got a surprise Q over the wall into Smite Spiel on Baron, Flash or something. But now you've got an AP Kog'Maw with 3 item power spike. Baron, so Siege is so easy, and you just get to continually throw out these ults. You can steal away EG's blue buff, to ensure that you don't have to replenish resources. You don't have to recall, lose any time on this Baron. Just continue pushing up, continue sieging, taking away all these objectives.
And here we go. Looking to push in now towards this next inhibitor turret. The mid one's already very low. The bot one's now under fire, of course. Santorin is plenty healthy, has the lantern if he needs it, and that is easy sieging. Put the lantern down, autoed a few times. I'm in danger. All right, back to safety, no big deal. Wait for the next wave, do it all again. Mid lane, one shot from Gone. Cannon Minion does the rest of the work. Solo gets that, and now Goldenglue wants to make the play, but he is ulted. Has to flash away, but there's still so much damage coming through for Solo. He gets the kill. He should be traded back, but first the stopwatch. First some time. Now with the squad. Gets the shield over the top, gets some help from the teammates, and that's going to be 2 kills in for Solo. FlyQuest never did it better. An easy 2 for 0. A TP back into heal if they need to. Inhibitors open in the mid and bottom lane. No one will defend this one. EG cannot do it. It's 2-2 the scoreline, about to be 3-2. FlyQuest looking to go for the Nexus itself. Baron buff still on. TP on the minion. This is going to be the series closer unless something miraculous happens from evil geniuses. The pull into Zeyzal, forced to run back again. Second turret under fire. Huni going to drop down low as well. On to the Nexus. FlyQuest prevents the reverse sweep, and FlyQuest move on to the next round of playoffs.